And what you would do, you go to the song, it'd be like, I was like, this is how many bars would be. And I'm wildin', I don't know, watching them on phone, watching Colin, and just chillin' on the plane or island. I ain't got time to be figuring out, yo, what's happening, answer my phone, oh no, I don't wanna talk to you, let me show. Got another bitch flowing down like snow, on the green light, cause I'm always on the go. Just like something random. What's happening, man? I'm Onlyzhay if you don't know. If you do know, what up, though? Man, listen, today I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to sample, man, alright? I know I be talking about, I make beats, man, you know, I do this, I do. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all how I sample. I'm gonna show y'all the simple recipe and method I use to how to sample a song, you feel me? There are other methods. I mean, you just gotta find out, work it out, what works, and see what's best for you, you feel me? Like, I started making beats 9 years ago, so I know I got my little method down pat. You feel me? This is just what I. Before I get started, if you could like, share, and subscribe, I would be highly appreciative of that, man. Road to 100 subscribers, man. We on our way. We doing big things, man. We starting to get better every day. You feel me? Like it's lit. I just want to bring this positivity, this knowledge, this good energy, good vibes out into the world. You feel me? We can do it together collectively. You heard? So with that being said, I want to let you know I use 2 applications. There are 2 applications I use to do these beats. The first one is Audacity, and the second one is Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops is the main engineering application I use to create the beats and put the beats there. And they have all my instruments. I use all my kicks, my hats, my snares, my strings, my bass lines, my sounds, my vocals that I use, that I can randomly use from drum kits. All that's in Fruity Loops. Audacity is where I, when I want to sample a song, I put the song as just a regular song file into Audacity, and I chop it up. And then on that side of the part where I sample, I just take that specific part that I want from the sample, I save it as its own file, I put it into a folder, and then I take that file and put it on Fruity Loops, and I can do whatever I want to with that file from there. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but you'll see what I'm saying. It's really not a lot. So, here we go. I've already picked out a song and a sample and everything I've done. So, this right here is a song that I organically made. I would do a sample of like an actual artist, but I don't want no copyright strikes on me. I don't need none of that. I don't want no smoke. You feel me? So I took a song that I made organically myself, no samples, no influence or anything on that. It just came straight from my mind, my creativeness, like from 9 or 8 years ago. This beat is like 8 or 9 years old. And I took this beat and I sampled it. So what you would do in a sample is you would listen to the song, right? On Audacity, if you're doing it my way, you listen to the song. All right, so I heard that a little bit. Now, I'm just doing this to make this like a little short video, or as quick as I can, so I can get my point across, so you won't get too unentertained while you're watching, because I know I see people's videos and I'll be like, just get to the point. So, what you do is you will listen to the whole entire song, pick out pieces that you want. Now, when it comes to sampling, you have to do about loops. And you can do a half loop or a whole loop. Now, a whole loop is where you go from kick to kick or from clap to clap. So for instance, oh, not that. So you see how this is already selected right here, right? This is from kick to kick. It starts out with the kick, and before the next kick comes in, the loop ends directly before that next kick. So I can have that first kick remain where it's at, and it's the beginning and the end of the loop. So, for example, this is what I mean. It's a kick, clap, kick, clap, kick. And it's gonna keep continuously playing because it's a loop. Now, what you could do as well is a loop to a clap, all right? So you would stop the loop right before the clap. But this comes to the point to where you can't loop this. You're not gonna go boom, boom, cat, boom, 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 cat, because that's what it's gonna sound like. So you would go boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, cat. Excuse me. Because you're giving, when you're going from kick to clap or from clap to kick, you're giving space in the track for there to be different sounds, different parts of what you want to put in there, or you're giving the track breathing room for your bass, or for the artist to have their vocals, or if you're the artist, for your vocals. So everything works together. In terms of kick to clap, you're giving it space. In a loop, this is your continuous thing. It's easy to rap on. You feel me? So what you want to do is you want to on Audacity, you want to go as close as you can. And Audacity is a free application. I didn't pay for this at all. I didn't pay for Fruity Loops either. It was a free application. Somebody gave it to me. They had already purchased it. So, but I mean, Fruity Loops does cost, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't cost that a lot. Or if it does, hey, my bad. Somebody probably got it out there. I'm not encouraging nobody to look on no free sites and get nothing. I'm not encouraging that. You feel me? Not for real. No, I'm really not. But like, yo, so you see where it gets real high right here on this little part right here, this part right here. It goes from the top of the bar to the bottom of the bar, because that's where a loud vibration is. That's where you're gonna find your kicks, your claps. People who say words with S's real loud, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna find any kind of high vibration, high pitch, or just a lot of vibration. It's gonna be real high. That's how you know where your loop is at. So, or where your lupus could be at. So I'm gonna put your loop could be at. I said lupus. No cancer. Anyway, so listen. So what I want to do is I want to put this directly right before the kick. Now you can go right here before the vibration starts, or you can go right here where it the very beginning of it, but just a little bit before that. You feel me? It doesn't really matter per se, because when you get this close and you start mixing in your own kicks and stuff with it and Fruity Loops, you're not gonna be able to tell anyways. So what I want to do is I want to click this thing, which means it's showing the whole song. I want to zoom in. All right. Hit shift in the space bar, and that's going to show you, that's going to play as a loop, and this is what it sounds like. See what I'm saying? Now you might hear a little clip in there. That's because the quality on this sound, the quality for the sound of this song that I did is bad, because the way I produced it, I literally had sounds going from the piano speakers to my microphone into the laptop with no pop filter. It was bad. You feel me? But you also can hear that clipping if your quality is good, if what you're sampling is good, but you're a little bit ahead of the high part on the bar, so you're gonna hear that clipping. So that's why you want to make sure it's right before the high part, so you don't hear that little clip. But if you do hear that, don't worry, because in Fruity Loops, when you put your own bass and snares and kicks and hi-hats, and when you put your own spin on it, you're not gonna be able to tell. But that's how you know if you're a little bit ahead of your loop. So I already took this loop. What I would do is I would go and export the selected audio, and then take it and make it in its own folder. All right, so I can have it as a file in its own folder, so I know where it's at. So you don't want to hit export audio, because then you're going to export the whole entire song. Just export the selected audio that you selected with Fruity Loops. All right. With this tool, you go over here, you drag it. You know what I mean? You can drag it, and then boom. That's how you select it. So I already did that. This is the file I made. The folder I made for it. How to sample, because I'm just showing you how to sample. So I just made a quick little folder, and I put intro string. I named it intro string. So I took intro string to Fruity Loops, and what I did was I changed the actual sound of it. So I'm gonna mute all these other instruments for right now. This is how you mute in Fruity Loops. You mute them by pressing this green button. Now, this is what it would sound like if I just imported it straight over and then put it on the little bar, as you see right here, without changing the tune of it. It would sound like this. Oh, sorry, I'm still in the 808. It would sound like this. But what I did in Fruity Loops was I went to this keyboard right here, right? And I took it higher, which made it a higher pitch and made it faster, if you can see. Now, how I found out with the pitch and the speed that I wanted it to be, once I could tweak with it in Fruity Loops, when I brought it over to Fruity Loops originally, you just click on the instrument, you click on it, and your keyboard on your laptop, the letters and the numbers are, and even to an extent, some, I think the comma and the period sign is also a sound playing mechanism as well. But what you would do is the letters all have their own tunes and speeds. So Q is the standard. That's what Q, the letter Q on your keyboard is what you did when you brought it over. That is going to sound exactly how it did. All right. But next to Q on W, E, R, T, Y, and the numbers above it make it faster with a higher pitch. The letters below it make it slower with the lower pitch. So for example, Q is this, what I just played. This is R, which is on the right side of Q, and this is how fast it made it and how much of a higher pitch it made it. You see the difference? This is the standard. This is R. All right, now, if I wanted to go slower, I would hit like M, N, B, V, C, X, Z. The letters at the bottom of the keyboard, and this is how slow it goes. This is C. You see how much of a lower pitch that was and how slower it was? Because when it comes to sampling songs and instruments and things of that nature in general on beat making applications and things of that nature, whatever you put, like wherever you put it as a lower pitch is going to automatically be slower. The tempo is going to change. It's going to be slower. So the higher the pitch, the faster everything is going to go. The lower the pitch, the slower everything is going to go. So what I decided to do with this song is it was already a little slow. So I said, let me speed up a little bit. So I was playing with the letters. I said, okay, R sounds nice. So I said, where is R? All right. So I go to this keyboard. I click R. Okay, so where is that at? This is R. All right, your standard sound where they put you at when you put it into the keyboard, I mean when you put it into free loops, is right here. At all times. You see? That's why all these little orange little lights are right here, because they are all the standard sound. Okay, you gotta change it up yourself. Now, I click R, so this is where R was at. I was like, I like that. All right, so I decided to add in my own little hats and stuff like that, because as you could tell in the sample, it already had kicks and hats and snares in it. Now, when it comes to sampling, there are parts in samples that you can take that don't have anything but the instrument playing, that's playing the melody, like a piano, a harp, a string, somebody singing, or another instrument, a synthesized instrument, something like that. But majority of the time in music, I mean, it's just music. The samples are just music. So they're going to have their own hi-hats, claps, kicks, snares, 808s. They're going to have their own thing, bass guitars. So when you're sampling, when it comes to the things like claps, hi-hats, and snares and kicks, you're going to have to place your own over top of them so it doesn't sound low. Because when you're sampling something, it's not going to be the same volume as the rest of your instruments that you put in. So, for example, you hear this right now. If I just click play, because I already placed it right there and right there. Oh, yeah, and I also placed this on 16s because they go in counts of 1/4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, and so forth, all the way up to 16. All right. So I know at every 8 count, every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After the 8 count, I know I gotta place another one of these right here. My bad. I thought I was on the intro string. Place another one of these to know that that's where the next one is gonna start. I could just go to 8. Right. I could just go to 8 and keep it as that. But I won't have a lot of room to do things. It'll just be so simple. It'll just be this. And I don't want it to be like that. You feel me? So it'll just repeat itself. But it's not doing that now because you see these green things right here. This is the piano roll. So once I put these on the piano roll, wherever I put them, that's where they're gonna be at. And that's where the beat is gonna go because I put that in there as part of the song. You feel me? I'm gonna get into the piano roll in a second. But for example, if I kept it on 8, I would just have that little kick and it would stop right here. And none of this stuff over here would be in the song. It would just be this part and these parts. You feel me? So I make it 16 so I can put more kicks in here, more snares, more 808s. See how these 808s are in different spots on this side than they are on that side, or I have more, is because I want to do more. The more space you have in your pattern, the more room you have to put instruments, kicks, bass. You can change up things. So instead of a song just going like boom, do 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 do, boom boom boom, do do do. You got more space. You go boom, do 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 do, boom boom boom, do 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 do, boom boom boom. You see, you can switch it up instead of it just being one repetitive thing. You know what I mean? Now you can do it like that. It's however you want to do it. This is just normally how I do it. This is my method. You know what I mean? So if I press, and also the speed. I had to switch up the speed to adjust to the tune of the sample. Because remember I told you, the higher pitch it is, the faster it goes. So I had to speed up everything. I had to speed up the tempo of the beat to keep up with it. Now, how you know if you're on the right tempo is your claps. So it already, every time you go into Fruity Loops, or every time I go to my Fruity Loops, it automatically registers the speed at 130. So without the sample, this would have sounded like my claps. This is how you get your speed. Clap, 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 clap. Now that's way too slow for this. So I had to speed it up until I found the right speed so the claps can match the sample. Then once I do that, once I'm able to match the sample, once I'm able to do that, now I'm in there. Now I can put things in order. I know exactly what I'm working with. So I suggest, I recommend that if you're gonna start making a beat, the first thing you put in there, even before the sample part, is the claps. You put the claps right here on every 2 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clap 1, 2, 3, 4. Or not every 2 steps, my bad. But you want to put the claps right here, right here, right here, and right here. Just like, think about it. Even if you're making a beat, if you have to do this to get your clap, make sure you get your claps right, because that's how you're going to find out the tempo of your beat. Now, some people may do it with kicks, some people may do it with hi-hats, but this is how I find out personally. It's easier for me to do claps first. So I found that. I was like, okay, let me add some hi-hats in there. I was like, so I put these hi-hats in there. Now, always remember that it's an easier way to do things when it comes to making beats, all right? Everything is not complicated. If there's a way that you want to be able to do something easier, it's probably out there. You just don't know about it yet. You got to Google, do your research, read your manual, do YouTube searches, whatever you got to do to find out how to do things easier. It's always an easier way. Before this came out, this is a pattern. Before I knew about patterns, I was doing everything the hard way. Always make sure you're on a pattern. Before I was doing patterns, I was doing this. I was taking a single instrument and placing it right here. Then I was like, okay, let me place this next one right here. And then this next one right here. And I was going all the way to the hundreds. You see these numbers right here? I was going all the way to the hundreds doing that instrument by itself, then doing the next instrument by itself because I didn't know anything about patterns. So always make sure your pattern is like this. Now, if you take an instrument like that and put it on the main track and then be like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, or you just tested something out and you look back and like, oh, where did my pattern go? It's gone. No, it's not. That's just the track list. You just gotta re-click pattern. Boom. Now you're back in business. It didn't get deleted. You do not have to start over. Everything's all right. You feel me? Now, so after I added that in, right? Well, this is what I want to mean by it. So I always something easier. I didn't know at first that I could do that. So I was also doing this when I found about patterns. I would do this. I would go click, 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 click. When I could just did this. You see what I'm saying? So what you would do is you would right click on the instrument and you have a myriad of things you can do with it, okay? So just keep that in mind. So for this, I'll click fill for each. Put that right there, put that right there, we back in business. Now, you probably will wonder, well, what about these green things? Well, this is how you get creative with it, because this thing right here is called a snap to grid. Now, if you wanted it to look like how it did on the pattern I just showed you, the little pattern screen thing, you'll click 1/4 and you'll see it. It looks the exact same. It has 4 little things into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. All right, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm saying? But you see how you can't put anything in between this space right here. This little space right here, you can't. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. It's not none of that. So where you get that is on the piano roll, which is what I did right here. I was able to switch things up. So how you do that? Well, you can't do it on the 1/4 pattern because I just showed you. You can't do 1.5 with how it is on the pattern. So you can click none and then really try to see what goes on. Like none means you can put that thing anywhere in any little space you can find. Like any little, like there's not a single little space that you can't. But to make sure you have some kind of structure, you can do it by steps. You feel me? So this is a step, just like how I showed you how the thing is, or you go to 1/2 a step, or you go to 1/3 step. You know what I mean? So forth and so on. But I use 1/6 step because you can basically do all of the above with 1/6 and still be able to put them in places and still have structure behind it. You feel me? Like I did right here. This is the little, the 1, 2, 3 hat that you hear when I play it. Well, I gotta mute it. But when you did hear it, this is what you heard. See what I'm saying? So also kicks. You just gotta find out what works with what sounds good to you, what you like. You can have your favorite instruments. Like these two are 2 of my favorite instruments to use right here. These air kicks, this right here, and the sparkle. Now I like the kicks like this because it's like it's not too much, it's not less. It's just right for me. Just like boom. It's not like a boom or boom or boom or boom. Like it's not nothing weird. It's not like a little. It's just like a little boom. Like I'm here, like bop. I'm here, like how Mike Tyson gonna do Roy Jones. No, I'm just playing. But like yo, and the sparkle, the hi-hat, they all depend. I just like how it sounds, to be honest with you. It just all depends how you want it to be. You feel me? So yeah, and you always want to make sure that if your sample, like I think I might have already said this, but if I didn't say this, if your sample has kicks, hi-hats, snares, and stuff and that like that, you want to overshadow them with your own. And you don't have to overshadow everything, just the main part. The hi-hats, the kicks, and the claps or snares, you always want to make sure that you overshadow them in most situations, because it's going to sound low, and the melody is going to sound normal, but the hi-hat stuff is going to sound low. So for example, listen to this sample without everything and listen to it with it. You hear the little kicks, that's cool. But if I add these kicks in, now listen to it. Hold on. I actually right click. Listen to what these kicks in here. See how much cleaner it sounds? Add these hi-hats in here. My claps back in there. Yeah, I didn't even hear it with the bass. I just put some bass next to the dog. So this is just a simple method right here how to sample. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I didn't forget anything. Also, to know what you're doing and what you have going on and things of that nature is, look at this little bar right here. This little bar shows you what everything means. So like you can see what that means, what that means, what that means, what that means. You can see what all these things mean, all right? And it's always the easier way to do things, remember. So if you want to make more of these, you don't have to go individually and click 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me go over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me go over there. 1, 2, 3. No, you can make one, click and hold it, and boom. Now you got a whole nother set. And if you want to undo that, hit Control Z. If you want to redo what you undid, click Control Y. All right, CTRL-Z for undo, CTRL and then Y for the redo. Because on some apps, if you try to undo your undo, you just keep undoing. So you just keep going back and back and back and back and back and back and back. Instead, if you go back on an undo, just go back to where you was with the redo. You feel me? Let's see. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, man. With some samples, they have bass lines in, like bass guitars and stuff, or 808s and stuff. So those parts you don't want to overshadow with your own bass. I kind of did that right here just because I wanted to show y'all for the video that you can put extra stuff on here with the 16 count instead of just the 8. But I probably, in all actuality, I'll just keep it like this for this part here. Because it has a you see? You know what I mean? So I don't want to overshadow that bass with the kick because it's going to be too much bass. It'll sound bad when it's all mixed and put out as an audio file. Excuse me. So if you did create that, what you would want to do is if you have all your patterns, you want to go to this track listing. All right, you want to do your patterns, make sure it's this, like this. You feel me? Now I'm doing about 1, 2, 3, 4 cause I have a 16 count. So these are my 16 counts right here. If I did 8 counts, it would be like this. It'll be halfway through. You feel me? It'll be like that. But since the 16 counts, it's like this. Now, the easy thing also that you will like about 16 counts is that normally on 16 counts, every 4 patterns is like 8 bars, depending on the speed. You feel me? So if I was like, go to the song. Oh yeah, this is also how you go from pattern to song. This is how you listen to your pattern individually. And this is how you listen to the patterns that you put together collectively as a song. And what you'll do, you go to the song, you'll be like, this is how many bars it'll be. In the chat, and I'm wildin', I don't know, watching my phone, watching Colin, and I'm just chillin' on the plane or island. I ain't got time to be figuring out what's happening. Answer my phone, oh no, I don't wanna talk to you, let me show. Got not a bit flowing down like snow. On the green light, cause I'm always on the go. Just like something random, like that's 8 bars. Now all you gotta do is put 4 more of those. That's a whole 16. Then you could put a chorus in there. You feel me? So like, and choruses are normally just 4 patterns as well. Like that could be a chorus itself. Oh no, don't call me. I don't really know too busy airballing. Oh no, don't call me. I ain't too busy airballing. Like a 3-ball, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. That would be a chorus, and it would go play, and then the verse would come in. You feel me? So yeah, that's an easy way to sample. You feel me? Hey, if you like this beat, if you want this beat, I might make it a free beat just because I do have a beat pack out here that I'm selling as well. Affordable prices. I'm not charging no $200, $300 unless you're talking about exclusive rights. Other than that, you can get 11 beats for $100. That's $10 a beat. You feel me? If you buy the whole pack. Or I have packs where you can buy 4 beats for $60. It's just very affordable prices. This is just a beat that I made at nothing. These other beats that I made that I'm selling these beat packs, that selling this beat pack, man, I wish I would have saved them for myself, but I didn't. I'm just trying to spread. I'm trying to, let's both eat. Give you dope beats for free. I mean, not for free. Give you dope beats for cheap. You fire beats for cheap, and you can rap on them no problem. And also, we winning because I'm doing something I love to do and getting paid for it. And I'm supplying somebody with like something they can actually use to benefit themselves, invest in themselves, and take their career to another level if they want to. You feel me? So, like, hey, mess with your boy. But yeah, this is how you sample beats. If you want to start making beats, if you want to start sampling, you hear something, man, I wish I could sample. maybe you can use this and it'll help you figure out what you need to do and how do you want to do it and things of that nature. All right. So if there's anything I left out, I will make another video to fill in wherever I feel like I left out. If you have any questions, so just if there's anything if you feel like there's anything I left out, type in the comments and I will help you. I will assist you as much as I can. All my social media is the same. So if you're inquiring about the beat packs, you email me or DM me on all my social media. It's the same except for Twitter. It's named Zay. I might just put it in here to be honest with you on the video. So if it's not right here, then I told you where to find me. All right. But hey, y'all, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. Man, we going up, we getting better every time, every day. Spread this positivity, this knowledge, this energy, these laughs. Let's spread everything we can. You feel me? Everything positive that we can. Not like nothing bad though, like no sicknesses or no. You know what I mean. Anyways, hey, I'm Onlyzhay. It's been real, y'all, and I'm out.